Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid review. Real Madrid 2, Marseille 1, and look, this game again, I think people are gonna say, oh, Real Madrid robbed again, and look, I think there's a lot to dissect and talk about and break down of this game, um, because I think like just so much happened, and we'll go through the sequence and what happened and what I think of it. And look, I come in here, and honestly, I said this before, no matter if the decision is for or against Real Madrid, I genuinely have no bias. And look, it's gonna sound like you know a bunch of nonsense and lies, but I genuinely come in and not have any biased opinions for Real Madrid or against Real Madrid. Like, no. I've said it before. When it comes to certain um, issues, when it comes to certain decisions on the pitch and in the rule book of La Liga, Champions League, whatever it may be, I have my opinions about it, and that will not change regardless of what happened to Real Madrid. Like, that's just it. Obviously, Real Madrid benefiting from it. I am happy that Real Madrid won, but I'm not happy that Real Madrid won at the same time. Like, I don't want Real Madrid to be winning because of controversial decisions. I don't want Real Madrid winning based off perhaps it's a correct decision, but it's still in that sort of, yeah, but is it though? Like, it may be correct, but we are unclear about that. I don't want it to be that sort of situation. I want it to be a clear cut Real Madrid play very good and win. Now, I've said it before, look, Xabi Alonso will take time to implement his style, his tactics into the team, onto this, group of players, and it's gonna take time. It's not gonna be a 1 day, it's not gonna be a 1 month, it may not even be a 1 year project. It's going to be the long term, right? We've seen it before when you look at Zidane, and that's a different era, right? Mbappe is great, but Ronaldo back in that Zidane era, um, when you look at Bale and Benzema, when you look at the midfield of Modric, Kroos, Casemiro, Sergio Ramos at the back, that whole team was just incredible. This team right now is very good, but we've been saying it not just this summer, not just last season, but last summer. Like, this team needs another midfielder who can be the Toni Kroos, definitely. When you look at perhaps another defender to be the player to play alongside currently Dean Huijsen. Can Militao stay fit for the whole season to be that guy? Rudiger is already injured and out for a couple of months. Alaba isn't that guy anymore. So there are still bits and pieces of this team that need to improve. And Xabi Alonso needs time. He needs a year, maybe 2 seasons. He needs time. And we're all behind him. I get that. But I don't want to come on here and say Real Madrid won because of a penalty or Real Madrid won because of a controversial decision. No. So I'm going to break it down, and I'm not going to be biased like I've never been. As a fan of Real Madrid, I want to see this club win, be successful, but let's be honest, we must differentiate the integrity and truth of the game from biasness. So I'm gonna talk about it. But over this game, look, like I said, I'm happy that Real Madrid won. Obviously, the headlines on Real Madrid winning is about the game decisions. Okay, expected really. Um, but yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So Marseille, I thought played really really well. Let's talk about the goals. Let's dive in. The first goal Marseille was scored by Timothy Weah. Look, Arda Güler. I absolutely love Arda Güler. I think he is incredible. Um, and this season he has been incredible. That's the only mistake I've seen so far this season from Arda Güler, and I'm not gonna go in hard on Arda Güler. Um, I'm not. He's a young kid. He's done many great things. One mistake isn't going to change the amount of good stuff he has done in terms of on the pitch and his contributions. But he got the ball, he took too long, got dispossessed, and then Marseille got on the counter. Chouameni's positioning there wasn't great. Fede Valverde was the deepest of the three midfielders. So, he was the defensive mid in that regard. And then Alvaro Carreras was high up, leaving Militao alone technically on that side. Yeah, leaving Militao alone up against both Greenwood and Weah, who made the overlapping run. Look, it was a poor goal. It was a very very poor goal to concede, and it was totally avoidable. It was totally avoidable. Like, obviously, Arda Güler loses the ball, then you get on a counter attack. It's something that we have not really seen so much this season. In fact, we haven't seen it. And I hope this is just one of those. And Real Madrid are going to concede. They're going to concede from open play. That's without a question. But obviously, we want to minimize these mistakes. We want to minimize these type of goals to concede. And that's a learning point. You learn something, and we have to obviously move on, learn from the mistakes, and obviously improve in that aspect. Now, the first penalty, for me, it's a penalty. I think there's no argument. Rodrigo, I thought, played brilliantly. On the left, cuts in. Kondogbia sticks his leg out completely, and it trips Rodrigo down. Definitely a penalty. I don't think anyone's complaining or having an argument on that. And Mbappe steps up. I think really went the right way, but couldn't reach it. And Mbappe again, just stepping up when the moment is obviously important and big. Now, this for me is one of, again, it's gonna sound biased, but this is the first decision that I'm a little bit, I don't really know what's going on here. This is Carvajal's red card. So it might have been from a corner, I think. Carvajal and Rulli had a little bit of exchange, and it got a little bit heated. It wasn't too crazy or anything. Carvajal literally just went, and look, Carvajal isn't even that tall. Like, Dani Carvajal is a pretty short player. Like, no disrespect, I'm just saying, right? Rulli is a tall keeper who is like nearly one head bigger than Carvajal. Anyways, Carvajal just went up to him, sort of went up to his face, and Rulli just went down like the Oscars. Like, I'm sorry, but for a guy bigger in size, taller, to just go down over a little slight contact tells you that it wasn't because he didn't go down because he punched me, it hurts. He went down for simulation. He went down to try to get the referee to give the card to Carvajal. So in that instant, why is the referee deciding, I'm gonna go and consult VAR, which, okay, and I'm gonna decide, guess what, red card to Carvajal? Like, that makes no sense to me that they can check VAR and make a wrong decision. For me, I think that's a completely wrong decision, because it's so clear and obvious that really just fell. Like, he just fell. Like, nothing even happened. Nothing. You know, it's not like Carvajal punched him or kicked him or pushed him. Nothing. And we are here supposed to believe that, oh, Real Madrid are the ones, you know, benefiting. Like, come on, that's a joke. It really is. And obviously, Trent going off early, a few minutes in, Carvajal coming on. Now he got the red card. Again, I agree with Xabi Alonso. That was avoidable and unnecessary from Carvajal, and he's the captain, and he needs to be the leader, and he can't be doing that as the captain, the leader of the team, the most matured, experienced player. But come on. Like, that's not a red card. That's not a red card. Um, Second goal, obviously another controversial one. Uh, Vini Jr. gets the ball on the left hand side. Vini Jr. gets the ball, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think that's a penalty. I don't think that's a penalty. Um, Medina goes sliding in to try to tackle the ball away, and as he's sliding in and he's going forward, his arms are literally in the most normal position it can be, and he hits it. I think that's definitely like a corner or whatever, right? That's not a penalty in my opinion, and I could be saying it's a penalty. Like, I could be lying and saying, oh, that's a penalty, but I don't think that's a penalty. I don't think it's a penalty. I mean, Real Madrid got it, and Mbappe got it, stepped up to take it, scored, great, I guess. But I mean, look, apart from the controversial decisions, and that is one, I think the overall takeaway that I have from this game is defensively, there are still instances of Real Madrid that I think look very shaky. I think there's a vulnerability there. I thought offensively it was good, but I thought really was just incredible. For majority of the game, I'm not worried about this team going forward. Obviously, when you have the likes of Mbappe, Vini Jr., Rodrigo, or Mastantuono, Arda Güler, um, and many more in the attack, you know, the firepower you have. I think the midfield, I think, is a bit suspect at times. I thought the start of the season, Arda Güler, Tchouaméni, Valverde started well. But I don't know, man. Like, I think people have been saying Fede Valverde has had a weird start, and I don't think he's had a bad start. But again, you know, he's not really been involved too much. But maybe that's just the shift of roles that has been given. Tchouaméni, I think, is just the sort of rock in their midfield. And one mistake, like I said, won't define Arda Güler in general. I think the sky's the limit with him, and he's been so good. And I don't think criticizing, I suppose criticizing him is okay, but criticizing his overall ability over that one mistake is just nonsensical to me. I thought Mastantuono actually played really well. To be honest, not too much bad from him. I'm surprised he wasn't really given much shout for the man of the match. I know he didn't do a whole lot, but I thought he did quite well. Rodrigo, again, could be a man of the match contender, and Mbappe, I suppose you have to give it to him for the goals, right? But honestly, I'm thinking of giving it to Mastantuono or Rodrigo. Honestly, obviously Carvajal came on, got sent off. Vini Jr. did come on, and Raul Asensio came on as well, and Brahim Diaz. Like I said in the preview, Bellingham, Camavinga both in the squad, but I didn't really expect them to get involved this early, and I suspect they are not even going to get involved against Espanyol either. That is sort of a game that you don't really, you know, I suppose need them. Although it is a good game if you're in the lead towards the end to sort of give them a couple of minutes. And then yeah, Levante, I think that's not gonna happen. It's a tough ground away, and then it's the Madrid derby away. That's not gonna happen, and then it's Kairat Almaty away. So yeah, I suspect they'll get some minutes against Espanyol, and then perhaps 3 away games that they're not gonna get involved in too much. I don't know if they're fit enough to start at this moment of time. If they aren't, then they probably won't even feature at all. It's sort of like either you start or you don't play at all, right? But yeah, that's gonna be it. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the mistake, subscribe to the show's on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.